All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is PriceIsKing.com. Please like and subscribe to this channel. We're getting to that 2,000 mark, so I really appreciate you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get started. Let's talk about the markets. If you've been following me for the past couple of weeks, we've been nailing every single one of these calls, and in all areas, right? Whether you're looking at the Dow, the NASDAQ, or the S&P, or the VIX, or the oil. We've been at them, and we've seen them, and you know, we've been nailing them. So let's start off with the YM, see what's going on. Overall, right, we had this downtrend that went down. There was a support. I don't have the fibs on this. Let me see if I can add the fibs. Let's go ahead and add that. I know there's a lot of stuff on this. Just want to avoid having to add too much stuff. Don't know. Let's see. Oh, we have the higher up fibs. Actually, I already have them. Okay, so let's not add this. It got too much cluttering. If I actually span back, let me see if I can go back 3 years week. Change this and add another year. So we're going to do a yearly intraday. Let's just say 5 years daily. Okay. Change this up a little bit so you can see a picture. So this is what we've been doing from way back, right? And that's where I had my fibs lined up, and it's been playing very nicely against these fib numbers. You can see, you know, this was the low over here. This was the 38.2, 23.6, and it kind of hovers around it. But when it goes below, it tries to go to the next level down, and that's what's been happening, right? So what happened in the past 5 days? Everything was up. Markets were up. There was a couple of down days, profit taking, and then continued to ride up, and that's what we saw, right? Let me add the Bollinger Bands as well. I don't have the Bollinger Bands on this. So I got the Bollinger Bands. Let me adjust that. I changed it up. The Bollinger Bands, I made them all purple so you can see the difference. So what happened, right? So we were looking at a downward trend, right? We had this held up. And then this is the lower band that it was riding against, and then we had this day where it kind of went over the lower band. When that happened, we knew that it was going to go straight to the mid band, and that's exactly what it did. But then the next day it popped above the mid band, and then it continued its ride up, and so now it's targeting the upper band. It's above the RAM indicator. You see this? It's trying, the RAM indicator tried to hold it up. Next thing you know, it's going up. Right, so now we're looking at this number right around here, this 34,600 number, and that's what it's going to gravitate. So we have this upward trend on the MACD. We got the RSI pointing up, higher highs, and continues to do another higher high. So I'm looking at another higher high over here, and that'll bring this, you know, next few days up. So we're looking at up days. So as long as we continue for good news. So let's look at ES. Let's zoom in on the ES. We had this lower highs, and then we had this period hold. There's a lot of support in this area. The fib numbers were supporting it. A lot of support, right? And so because of that, the lower band kind of held it in, and it went up. And then it just continued to break over the previous highs, When that happened, it popped over the mid band. Same story, right? We're talking about the same story on the ES. Popped over. Now the RAM was trying to, you know, hold it in. But what happened? The RAM broke right through the RAM indicator and continues to go its way up. Up and up and up, right? So there was a couple of days, 2 days worth of profit taking, and then that actually broke the next day on Friday, All right, so that kind of went up, and now it's trying to break this high, which it did. So we're going up to the 447 area. Okay, so that's the next leg up, and so we're gonna try to see what happens at this level. It's gonna try to break it, and then once that breaks, then we're gonna go to the next level right around here, and then the next level right around here. Okay, which is the 38.2. That's what we're targeting in the upper band, and then this. And then once that happens, we're looking at trying to go to the next high, which is this and then this, right? So we wanted to kind of keep an eye on that. We got this bigger hill from the previous one. So higher highs on the hills, crossing over the zero line. We got a higher high on the RSI, pointing upwards. The trend is up, guys. Be wary on all shorts. Let's look at the NQ, see what's going on in the NQ. Zoomed in. Okay, so it actually crossed over the 50 on the fib. Okay, last couple of days, look at this. We had this area hold in. The lower band held it in, went up and up, continued to break the highs, the previous highs, continued to break this. It jumped over the mid band, then it's over. Once you jump over the mid band, it's up. You're riding up. It actually above the RAM indicator, 2 days worth of profit taking sort of, and then just continues to lag up. So now we're looking at this 714 number. That is the next target up. So what's going to happen here is it's going to try to hit this number and then maybe make a leg down for profit taking, but that profit taking might just come down a little bit and then go up. So that is the plan on the NQ. Let's see what's going on. What else? Let's look at the oil. Let's see what's going on. Oil's been going down. It's ripping down. For some reason, you know, we had this call right here that if it was going to go and this is going to be a support area, it's going to go back this. Unfortunately, this support area broke. Okay. And that just kind of brought the next leg down. And so in this case, we are just going to have some breathing room over here. Maybe this might hold it in and then just continue to go down. And that happens, the 71 mark is where it's going to actually probably land. And when that happens, right, you know, 71, if it goes into the 70s and high 60s, I would say buy crude oil. My God, I mean, you know, I'll tell you right now, the oil kings, the Saudis, you know, everybody in the the Mideast, they can't tolerate oil being this low. Okay, so what's going to happen is they're going to find ways to stop production. They're going to find ways to blow things up. You'll randomly hear news about, you know, oil things being blown up in somewhere in some country. When that happens, this thing's going to go straight back up to the 90s and try to hit back 100. 100 is where they usually like it, and when they don't see the 100 mark, it's slowly going to start creeping up. Okay, so all these over here, if you're in it, try to take profit and go long. This is a pretty cheap area. Add one, and then if it goes down into the 70s, like low 70s, I would go add another long. Okay, that's just the way oil works. Let's see what's going on gold. All right, so gold. Let's see, what do we have? Did our leg work? So gold, it did not work. Okay. So this was our indication, our pattern that we were going to go. It was going to go down here. It actually stopped over here and then went down. Okay, so this area kind of held it in. This resistance, I wasn't following the gold in its resistance, but I had predicted this angle right around when this was playing out, and so it played out up until here, and then that support resistant area actually, it held it in, and then that's what brought gold back down here to the 42s. So now this is going to be an area where you need to watch and be mindful of, because this could be a support or it could continue break down to the next leg, which is the green area, and then after that, which is the 1900s. Okay, so at this point you see the cross happening, it's going towards down. You got red candles on the MACD, the red bars. You got downward pressure, so there's continued pressure downwards. So I'm thinking it's going to go at least into the 1900 areas, this area. So let me put a bubble so that we know if it actually makes it that far. Okay. And so this area, like in the next couple of days, it'll come down here, go up here, down, boom, boom, boom. And I'll try to hit this area and try to make it support. Right. So, but if you look at this, right, look, you got this upside down J, and all this upside down J, basically, when it comes down to this, it'll go over here, go down, and then boom, up. Okay. So all these guys are profit taking, and then what you want to do is take longs right around here. So that's what's going on in gold. Let's look at a couple of stocks. Microsoft, I mean, I told you guys where Microsoft is going to be, and it passed. Yep, it blew away the high, okay? So I don't know if you guys got in my Microsoft call, but wow. 370, guys. Did we miss it or did we miss it? Did you guys miss it? Let me know if you missed it, because this was like 100% home run right here, okay? Everything I called it out perfectly. And if you missed the ride, you got to be careful. I mean, it's all price action, guys, and this is why I call it Price is King. Let's talk about Apple. AAPL. So what's going on with Apple? Alright, so it went over the mid band, also the RAM indicator. So you had these lower highs, and then now it just broke the previous lower high. So there's going to be some profit taking, maybe around this area, 82. If you get in, if you're long, get in on the 82, and then it'll continue to the next ride up to the 89s. But certainly, you know, I got in and I got out. I took my profit. You know, I usually, when this happens, I think I got in around like 77, 76, and I am out already. So $10. Okay, so keep that in mind. What else we got? PLTR. I think that was another stock that we talked about. Look at where it's at. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. PLTR. Look at this big gap. It went from 14, shot up, and then look at this big green candle on Friday. Almost $1.50 went up. All right, so it's targeting the 2024. That's where it's going to go next. You got this green, you got this big cross here. It's on its way onto the overbought area. So certainly it's trying to make a run for 2024. All right. If you watch the news or if you follow the news, there's some interesting details in the news. So keep an eye on that. And I think certainly this is going to be like a $25 stock pretty soon. So with that said, let's take a look at what's the next one. We want to take a look at DDOG. DDOG. Look at DDOG. Oh man, did you guys miss this one as well? Back over 100. Holy smokes. Oh my God, back over 100. We missed like $20. What do we had over here? 82. Jesus, $20, guys. We missed it. I missed it. I made the call, but I didn't get in. Sad. I'm really upset. I'm really upset at this. DDOG. Oh God, I knew this was gonna go back up, and I didn't take action. That's why, you win with you win with few, you lose a few, but man, I'm upset about this one. Okay, I called it. We knew this was like around this area. I told you guys, add. There's a lot of support, and I missed it. I hope you guys took action and bought it. Let's look at Tesla and see what's going on with Tesla. Now Tesla long term, it's always going to be a buy on my list. Okay, long term. Short term traders, definitely good profit taking. You saw these lower highs. When you had this big leg down, there were some support areas. You had this area, you had this area, you had this area. Support. You looked at the writing of the, let me zoom in so that you could see what I'm talking about. Right, you see this writing, this is the lower band right here. It's writing, it got up, and you had the green candle, boom, pop. So when these three green candles, you know there's going to be some profit taking, and this is profit taking. So this case, you got another green candle, it's trying to break the mid band. It's going to break this mid band, and it's trying and trying and trying. If that happens, we're going to ram, and then it's going to go to this, previous support, now resistant. It's going to break, it's going to have to break 233. Okay, so it's got a lot of work to do, but certainly it will do it, as well as, it may take some time. It may be not as fast as we saw in the 2020s and 2021, but certainly, it will slowly creep back up, so keep an eye on it. All right, with that said, Price is King. I want you guys to like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. PriceIsKing.com.